Trump will become the 47th president of the United States.
This election was the most crazy election of all time. This election was like a real-life drama series. You have radical supporters from both sides, insults, presidents getting shot at, presidents dropping like dead flies, mugshots, sneak disses, memes, and even the Avengers showed up.
Vote Kamala forever.
That's better.
Okay, I like that.
It's hard to argue with that.
Kamala Harris down with democracy.
It's exactly how I would picture a modern election in 2024. Can you imagine JFK's time, Ronald Reagan, World War II with advanced technology at our fingertips and access to in real-time news and events? After a rocky year, war in Ukraine, an intensified war in the Middle East, and hundreds of Jubilee videos,
I have 30 Democrats, 30 Republicans.
election night came and Trump got the W in a very close race. The morning came, the liberal tears were flowing, and thousands of people were pointing the blame at each other. The morning came and liberal tears were flowing. Thousands of people were pointing the blame at each other. So how did Trump secure this W? Joe Biden dropped out on July 21st this year after a horrible debate performance. But I believe a big contribution to Trump's W came before that. A seed planted a couple years prior. You see, in the 2020 election, the main four horsemen of social media were heavily left-leaning. Mainstream news has been slowly on a decline on the better part of a decade. Instagram crossed over 1 billion users, and everybody was getting their news sources from social media platforms. It was even revealed by Mark Zuckerberg that he pushed Democratic rhetoric on his platforms, but more on that later. During the fall of 2022, 2 years into Joe Biden's presidency, Elon Musk came in and flipped Twitter upside down, firing most of their employees, cleaning house. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Elon Musk really did revolutionize the way that we receive news. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube were super left-leaning, and Elon Musk was letting everything fly on the platform. Even Nick Fuentes made a comeback. Additionally, a lot of right-wing political commentators rose from the dead and became even more famous than before. If you're on Twitter right now currently, you know what I'm talking about. You'll see some crazy stuff on there, people saying the wildest things, and 2 posts down, you see someone get their head blown off, and it's kind of crazy. It's the Wild Wild West. Joe Biden's presidency was in no way, shape, or form great at all. Say what you want, but a lot has happened under Joe's watch. I will be objective here and say not everything is his fault, but when it comes to the core of public opinion, perception is everything. And I believe the timing of how things unfolded made Joe Biden administration look sloppy and incompetent. Under Joe's watch, the Taliban took over Afghanistan. Not 100% Joe's fault, but as U.S. troops were already promised to be brought home. But like I said, perception is everything. Russia invaded Ukraine. Gas prices was $2 under Trump, $2.50 if you're in California like me. The cost of groceries were higher than Snoop Dogg. North Korea relationship has gotten worse, and they're back shooting rockets. October 7th, the Middle East has been the craziest it's ever been. Kamala told Iran, you better not.
What's the message to Iran?
Don't.
They did anyways. You couple all of this collectively into a package looking back over at Joe Biden's presidency, and everybody is wondering, why the hell is this guy our president? While the rest of the world doesn't respect us, have high inflation, it appeared on numerous occasions that Democrats were only focused on LGBT, abortion, women empowerment. I've also heard a lot of black people say that black men have failed the country and it's our fault that Trump won. I disagree wholeheartedly, but let's assume that you're right. So what? You not black if you don't vote Democratic. I think a lot of us were tired of being boxed in, forced to think a certain way, and a lot of people said no. We want to research things for ourselves, so why the hell are we listening to celebrities? Presidential race was definitely close. Make no mistakes about that. And reports and video proof made it evident that Joe Biden's health was declining. It's not like it was before. In 2008, he was much sharper. 2020, he was still able to put some basic sentences together, but this year, bro wasn't even aware of where he was. Prior to the first debate on August 14, 2023, a grand jury in Fulton County, Georgia, indicted Trump on charges of election racketeering and related offenses and issued an arrest warrant. 10 days later, Trump turns himself in, gets a viral mugshot, and makes a return to Twitter telling supporters never surrender. I believe the pendulum swung in favor of Trump. If this old guy is really as bad as they say he is, they are working nonstop to stop him from becoming president. I believe a lot of people just look at that and think, hey, we must be on the right path of history if they're trying so hard to take this man down. Platforms were saying that the mugshot sealed the election.
I'm a very innocent man, and it's okay. I'm fighting for our country. I'm fighting for our Constitution.
Continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
To be honest, I don't think Trump was that spectacular anyways. It was enough to get the job done, and it was enough for people to say he won. And times were looking kind of grim for the Democrats. During this time period, Mark Zuckerberg also revealed in a letter to Congress that he was pressured by Democrats to not allow free speech and to be more left-leaning. All of these things, I believe, are variables that contribute to Trump's win down the line. Democrats were in panic mode, and they had to make a move fast to earn the hearts and souls of American citizens and many people who are undecided. There was a lot of people that said, hey, I'm not going to vote. A lot of people just didn't like either. You keep hearing this stupid term saying the lesser of two evils. So there's a lot of those. Why do you think the popular vote had a lot less participants? It's crazy. Or they voted third party. Michelle Obama probably would have been a better choice in running, but they decided to go with Kamala. Till this day, I still don't even understand what was in their mind, the audacity. What in your guys' heart and soul believed that Kamala was going to be the best choice? I think they had better options, but that's just me. Once again, I think the Democrats were moving very sloppy. Once again, the public perception spoke loud, and it was clear to everybody online and social media platforms. A lot of people were not happy with the Biden administration. And you have Trump, who survived 2 assassination attempts, got the epic patriotic photo. They tried to lock him up. 2 wars intensified under Biden. Prices are high. And Kamala was avoiding all the interviews, and it seemed like Trump was saying yes to every podcast appearance out there. Full Send, Theo Vaughn, Flagrant, Aiden Rothstein. He even went to Obama's home city, where Obama had home court advantage, the NABJ, where it was very hostile, and he handled it well. Trump just looked like a resilient leader that was determined to fight for the country. Kamala's #1 selling point was abortion, reproductive rights, with no other specific for foreign policy. She was in charge of the border, and then out of her own mouth admits that we have a problem at the border. So she failed at that. I hate how she keeps talking about this $25,000 towards a new home. People are not realizing that the cost of homes will just go up higher. And what are the specifics to that anyways? Joe Biden promised to cancel student loan debt, but not everyone got a piece of that. And for those 4-year universities, they only got about $35,000 knocked off their bill anyways. So what are we really talking about? A lot of people thought that nothing was going to change. Trump is not going to fix everybody's problem. I get that. And the economy will not be fixed overnight. But thinking about it from an objective lens, Trump would be much better for the country. The pendulum swung towards Trump. Elon Musk allowed free speech, and I think a lot of helpful information was put out there to help voters decide for themselves instead of force-fed that it's a certain way. Before, it was very difficult, and Democrats now have voices to push back and fact-check them on certain topics. But let me know what you think. What do you think pushed Trump over the finish line, and what were some of Kamala's missteps? How was she moving sloppy? Did I miss something? But honestly, I think that's what it boiled down to, and that's why Trump got the W. So let me know in the comments. Peace.